Hey gamers, my name is Tim, and today I would like to give you a short overview of my master's thesis. It allowed me to combine two of my biggest interests, psychology and board games. In detail, I examined how playing a cooperative board game affected craving in substance-related addiction. And substance addiction is not only a huge problem for the addicts themselves, but also for their friends and family. The German Cancer Research Center reported a yearly cost of 57 billion euros caused directly or indirectly by alcohol consumption. One of the key components of addiction is craving, the urge to consume the drug. When craving is high, it can be a harbinger of relapse. Relapse means that addicts are consuming the substance again after a certain time of abstinence. Reducing craving, and therefore the urge to consume the drug, is of utmost importance to help addicts stay clean and give their body and mind time to regenerate. Craving can be lowered significantly with different methods, such as occupying patients' working memories, as seen in this study right here. Following this idea, I conducted a study to see if craving in alcoholics can be reduced by playing a cooperative campaign board game. Sleeping Gods is a board game in which up to 4 players play together to achieve one of the possible endings. And the campaigns usually require more than one session to complete. The players experience a great adventure in a vast open world, with challenges, combat, riddles, and a lot of other things to do. So I had 4 groups of either 3 or 4 recovering alcoholics playing the game. I gave all of them cool board game related pseudonyms for anonymity and explained the game to them in the very first session that we did. Each session lasted 3 hours with a 10-minute break at half point. And each group had 2 sessions per week, mostly in the evenings. After 5 or 6 sessions, each group finished the game. I acted as the game guide, but did not participate in the game myself. I just explained the game and answered any rules questions that the participants had. At the start, in the middle, and at the end of each session, I asked them to answer a craving questionnaire called the CEQS. This questionnaire measures acute craving from 0, that means nothing at all, to 100, meaning the highest possible craving. This means I had 3 craving ratings per participant per session. Then, in the following sessions, groups continued where they left off in the story. So they experienced a coherent story. After the first sessions, participants also answered one CEQS questionnaire outside of the sessions in the evening. So I could see their craving scores on days where they didn't play the game. After each group's final session, they then answered an online questionnaire with open questions about their overall experience and their opinions on the game and also the study. And now to the most interesting part, the results. In the final questionnaire with open questions, participants reported high motivation, high concentration, and positive mood while playing the game. They also reported that they could feel their craving being lower while playing and also sometime after the game. One participant even described himself as not really being addicted anymore while playing the game and even after the session. So the comments made by participants seem to support my hypothesis that playing the game reduces craving in addicts. I also used statistics to show the differences in craving. For example, I averaged each participant's CEQS scores for the beginning, the middle, and the end of each session. I found that craving at the end of each session was significantly lower than at the start of each session. When I compare cravings at the start of the campaign to at the end of the campaign, I also found that they significantly decreased. When I looked more into the progression of craving, I found that with each time point, craving got significantly lower. This means craving was highest in the beginning of each session, then significantly lower to the middle, and then significantly lower to the end of each session. Finally, I used the CEQS rating that participants gave outside of the sessions and the craving in the middle of the last session to see if craving was lower while playing the game than when not playing the game. Here, I did not find a statistically significant difference between the two, which might be explained by factors such as low sample size or dropout of participants. Dropout means that some of the participants didn't finish the campaign. However, I found that average craving scores at the end of each session were significantly lower than outside of the sessions. In general, my study showed that playing Sleeping Gods significantly lowered craving of participants, and I expect several factors of the game to be responsible for it. Aside from the occupation of working memory to reduce craving, I expect the cooperative social aspect of the game to give patients the opportunity to restructure their regular activities without drugs. Boosting their mood through playing is also a protective factor against craving, because negative mood makes people more susceptible to drug-related thoughts. To further investigate the effects of playing a cooperative board game and if it can be used to reduce craving in patients long term. I encourage you guys to also do research on this topic. I see a lot of potential in board games for addiction therapy, and I hope my study made you guys excited and encouraged you to try to find out more about this topic. For future studies, I recommend using control groups to account for variables such as social interaction. Control groups are groups that will not play the game, but maybe just sit together in the evening answering the same questions as the people playing the game. This way we can determine if playing the game is the primary factor reducing craving, or if it's just the social interaction. It will also be interesting to see how different game guides might affect craving in players. So we should have more groups and more game guides to have a bigger study sample, because the bigger the study sample, the better it is for statistical evaluation. With enough clean research and positive findings, it might be possible to implement cooperative board games in rehabilitation clinics. This can give addicts a new way to counter their craving and prevent relapse, which enables them to lead a drug-free lifestyle. If any of you are interested to read my full master's thesis, you can find the link in the description. And also leave a comment if you have any questions, and feel free to reach out to me if you want to research on this topic and if you want to collaborate with me. And let's work together to unleash the full therapeutic potential of board games. See you soon.